You won't believe what I just saw. His wife loves the church, and she took a prayer selfie just as this Korean pastor stepped up to the podium to start preaching. Upon hearing the boring scriptures, they prepared to sneak away but were stopped by the pastor, who asked them to introduce themselves. Surprisingly, they were all pals. So they happily chatted, Renju sharing bizarre events of yesterday. The pastor offered help, having been in Suriname for years. He knew Sang Bio well, so called a henchman, and took Renju et al. To Chinatown to negotiate. But Sang Bio's face darkened on seeing Renju. With the pastor present, Sang Bio had to smile. People sensed the pastor was despising him, refusing to pay the birdfish feng shui fee, even threatening. Was his power greater than Sang Bio's? Sang Bio gave a cold smile, warning the pastor not to meddle, but the pastor was relentless and wouldn't. Since the pastor is here, well, hand over control of the birdfish to you guys. Renju watched this unfold and couldn't help but feel overjoyed, almost wanting to leap up. They thought they hit the jackpot. On the way back, Renju glanced at the newspaper and learned that the pastor had some serious clout and might just become the next president of Suriname. Does that mean we can strut around Suriname? He hastily asked Xiaopeng to send a generous gift to the pastor as a gesture of gratitude. But disaster struck. The crew delivering the birdfish called, saying customs found a lot of detergent. The cargo ship was seized, and hearing this, the little bro panicked, desperately calling a friend for help from the military commander while frantically dialing, "Please, pastor, can you help me?" But the police were already at his door, ready to arrest Renju. To escape, he pretended to be Chinese. Unfortunately, they already had a photocopy of his passport, and Renju was taken off to jail. He wasn't defeated, waiting for rescue by local military and a pastor, only to find it was Korean national intelligence agents. To add insult to injury, he learned that his buddy Xiaopeng had been taken care of by the military commander, who turned out to be the pastor's backer. Renju was furious, realizing there were no free lunches. At that moment, Officer Choi from NIS approached him, saying the pastor was behind his imprisonment. To get revenge, Renju decided to work with Officer Choi as an undercover agent to gather evidence against the pastor and clear his name. However, there was a catch: he needed the police to cough up 500 million won, because that's what he planned to earn selling fish, risking it all for his family's better life. Officer Choi, in good faith, paid Renju 200 million, promising it to him upon completion of his undercover mission. Renju was unaware of the perilous task ahead. His next mission was a hair's breadth away from danger. Officer Choi provided him with a setup to score with Yu Jing in jail and pose as a real drug dealer. Once that plan worked, the pastor's personal bodyguard, Old Fei, would take note of him, but the prison boss was already onto him. The boss forced him to hand over prison earnings or face doom. Renju had no escape, so here's a great app. Like a car or a house. Don't worry. This popular dating app helps take the bus, rent a house together. Plus, you can totally charm that special someone with your skills. And guess what? Renju will even teach you how to chat up girls, giving you a whole new social vibe. It's a warfare against clueless guys. Only by fighting the prison boss do you have a chance to survive. Renju, trained in judo since childhood, isn't afraid of the prison boss. After a struggle, he established himself and gathered a gang of miscreants. These thugs ate and worked all day, aiding him in selling detergent and crafting his new dealer image. Soon, Officer Choi bailed him out to plot their approach to the pastor. The pastor hid detergent in Renju's ship to enter Korean market. Now he seeks gold in Suriname. Clearly unsatisfied after multiple attempts, he struck out repeatedly. This was a crucial breakthrough. Prisoners revealed the various factions in Suriname, and Sang Bio was a real moneymaker. However, he knew the pastor had colluded with the Surinamese government, potentially becoming the next president, allowing only Sang Bio to monopolize the market. Sang Bio harbored resentment for years, finally sending Renju to discuss collaboration. Just then, Sang Bio had just dealt with a traitor using a chainsaw, and turned to Renju asking, "So, why do you want to work with?" Sang Bio suspected Renju was the pastor's spy, but Renju clarified, "The pastor jailed me and killed Xiaopeng. Now I've changed, becoming a true drug dealer. I want revenge on the pastor and I plan to make a fortune." Those words struck a chord with Sang Bio, igniting his interest in a partnership. So the two sat down to negotiate, with Renju stating, "I need a ton of laundry detergent. Do you have it? If so, get it ready and contact me direct." But Sang Bio shot back, "Do you even know how much a ton costs?" Renju didn't say much after that. He deliberately turned to leave, leaving Sang Bio wanting more. Shortly after, he won Sang Bio's favor. A few days later, Sang Bio called for a Chinatown deal. Even though the pastor strictly forbade Sang Bio from selling laundry detergent, he was secretly dabbling in small sales. However, just as they sat, disaster struck. The pastor's henchmen burst in, shouting, "Move. Who dares interfere?" They stormed in, taking Sang Bio's henchmen hostage, and the situation escalated quickly, while Zhao Shuai declared, "You guys broke the rules first. We won't let you sell laundry detergent," countered Sang Bio's henchmen. "We're not selling here in Suriname, we're moving it to Korea." At this moment, Boy scoffed traitor. Still daring to talk back. Tension soared, Renju hastily mediating. He urgently said, "Calm down and set aside the argument." Zhao Shuai informed Renju the pastor was searching for him, and if he didn't want to die, he should follow them. He hurried to check on the pastor, recognizing a jail acquaintance in the car. Soon they arrived at the Grand Palace. The pastor emerged with a warm smile to greet Renju, and right then, Renju shouted at him, "Hey, what are you doing here again?" The pastor grew suspicious, asking, "Are you sure about selling laundry detergent?" Renju knew one wrong word would spell doom. His furious tirade against the pastor was all just to keep up appearances. After all, he had just been through the same ordeal. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe to our channel for more exciting stuff you won't want to miss.